let's not BS, folks. You know why we're here, and we know why you're here.
You know what time it is.
That's right. It's time to recap Yellowstone Season 3 with some of our favorite Yellowstone fans on the planet of Earth. And that be you.
So, we're going to sip on Bullet Bourbon.
And just so everyone knows, we recorded these in sequence. Some of you are pretty smart and probably figured that out. But we might jack this sequence up tonight.
Yeah.
Because in honor of the Dutton Ranch, we may have to just put this thing out soon.
Yeah. This will have to come out before the other two.
That's right.
So
just know.
So if you see us drinking Bullet Bourbon and you haven't seen a review of Bullet Bourbon, just know that the sequence is messed up and it'll be coming at some point.
Right.
Because we do review Bullet Bourbon.
That's right.
And
a frontier whiskey, if you will.
Yeah, and our friend Josh Jones gave it to us, who we hadn't seen in a decade. So he found us through the podcast, made contact with us, and we hung out. He gave us Bullet Bourbon.
Yep.
So we tested it out. So, let's get right to it.
All right. So for those of you who have not seen the season finale of Season 3, stop now.
Turn it off right now.
Because we're spoiling everything.
Yeah. Turn it off right now because you do not want to not be shocked because my wife looks ahead everything that we watch. Shows, movies.
She cheats?
Mm-hmm.
Why does she cheat? Why don't you do that?
She says it's too high anxiety. She don't like to be surprised. Ever since, let me just tell you.
So when she reads a book, she starts and then gets and then just reads the last chapter?
I don't know about books, that possibly. But let me tell you how it all started, and I'm sorry, we'll get into Yellowstone. So, Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching it. At this point in our life, she didn't look ahead. And when Tara got stabbed in the head with the fork in the kitchen.
Who saw that coming?
It traumatized Maria for life. So, from now on, shows and movies, she's not going to be surprised. Nope, not at all. She lost her best friend. Ellen Tara was like losing her best friend.
Well, I'll be honest with you. In this season, I'd been telling a couple friends of mine of what was going to happen. My prediction was, and I was wrong because I thought for sure they're killing Rip because it's going to Rip. The only thing that Beth has finally let someone love her and her let her guard down to be happy.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be ripped away. I figured he was going to kill Walker, also known as Ryan Bingham.
We love you, Ryan Bingham.
We love Ryan Bingham.
We love your music.
And he was going to go to jail so they still couldn't get married. Or he was going to die somehow trying to fix the mess that Casey made. And I just want to say that there's a certain co-host of a certain podcast that you might be listening to that may have said in reviews back that I believe old Ryan Bingham is going to come back.
He's going to make a comeback. And he did.
Hate being right. Damn it, I was right.
So my hypothesis was that I thought Rip was going to die because of, like you said, the whole Beth thing, all that. But then I knew they couldn't kill him because he's the whole show. This is one of the best characters I've ever seen in a show.
So he's a multi-layered onion. He's so tough, but yet when Beth, he's so.
He loves.
I mean, chicks love, but all the women love Rip.
Yeah,
you know.
And I think if they killed him on this season finale, I don't think the women that like Yellowstone would come back and watch it.
Right. So that's why they can't kill Rip. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Who do you think? Well, first of all, John. I thought for sure when he was helping change that tire, at some point something was going to go sideways.
I thought the woman was going to shoot him in the head.
When the little kid went to go find the lug nuts.
Yeah, I thought it was all set up.
Right, but you knew something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
To John, when he looked at Casey and told him, when he said, "Have a good day, Dad," and he said, "Son, I think all those days are behind me, or I've had all those, or whatnot." He said, and you're like, "Oh shit, something's going to happen." Bye, John. I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna be dead. And isn't it weird? What in the whole iPhone scene weird?
I just thought it was weird. I can't see John Dutton walking into a store and buying a wooden back iPhone cover case.
He probably whittled it himself.
Not a damn driftwood.
He just sitting out there just whittling.
It's probably an old axe handle he used to kill people with.
Yeah. But yeah, that scene was weird. Him holding up the iPhone. I mean,
what he goes, fucking imagine that, or something like that.
So I think he's gonna end up being like on a ventilator or something.
Yeah. You and I've talked about this,
and it's gonna be up to the kids to. They're gonna like be fighting over who's gonna make these decisions.
Well, they can't fight over it though.
Well, they really can't
because it's Jamie's decision because he's the power of attorney in the state of Montana.
But here's the problem. I think Beth is gonna be dead. I think she's dead. Well, and I think Rip is gonna go kill Jamie.
Well, because Jamie knew something was about to happen when he told Rip, I don't think you should call me no more.
Yeah. I think Jamie, I don't know that he set things up, but I think he knew something was coming.
I think as an attorney, Jamie probably couldn't legally know. Like your spouse. Like if you told your spouse, which I thought Rip was going to do, tell Beth like what they had done, who they had killed. Yeah. And he said, I'm doing you a favor. But like when they get married, he can tell her all the people he's killed because your spouse cannot testify against you in a court of law. Or at least in the movies. And so it's God's made real.
I didn't know you went to law school.
Bubba, there's a lot of things you don't know. I got a lot of tricks up these sleeves. But the fact that why would they file the paperwork in Utah? That just seems like something stupid. You know, as calculated as they are with everything that they do, you think that they would have known better.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. I didn't get that either. But that's the whole piece of throwing a wrench in it too. That like showing that Jamie, you know, Beth is always, which interestingly enough, we figure out now this season why she hates him so much.
Totally makes sense.
She's always been. She's like so overly aggressive and mean, and somewhat calculated, but still very much based on emotion. That scene where Jamie was like, "Actually, no, you didn't. You filed in Montana," and that was
and if you'd been an attorney, you would have known.
And that was like him basically showing like, "I'm still smarter,"
right?
You know. So that was interesting that it showed that. And it also lets you know when he said, I'm doing things for me now.
When he told the governor, I'm doing things for me now. She was like, oh, that should have been hard for you when they met with the people who were trying to buy. But another thing I thought about when they're discussing the land purchase is when the reservation folks are there, the guy who owns a casino and his representative, I can't remember what her name is. But when they go, yeah, you see that creek right over there? Yeah, that's problem number one. That feeds into like the main blah, blah, blah. And that's going to be the basis of our first lawsuit. Yeah. And like he had nothing for that. So you think this $1 billion company would have thought like of the water reservation, you know, the water, soil and water. Yeah. So, but that's TV, right?
It is. Well, and that was dramatic. And basically they were like, and we'll see you in court. And they just get up and leave.
Yeah, and goodbye.
This is my question.
Yeah.
Why can't John Dutton, and I don't know what Rainwater's first name is. I feel like it's John Rainwater.
It might be. Or you go with Mr.
Rainwater. Why don't they join forces? Which they, you know, tease on that every
right.
day. But why can't John Dutton sell his land to the reservation for like $1? And then the reservation would own it and it would be protected. And then they could just work something out together to where they keep the land.
I think because it's 7 generations of a family and he made the promise, right, that he would never sell that land. So if it's for $1 or if it's for $1 billion, he's never going to sell it. He made a promise and promise he can't break.
Because Cowboys don't break.
Something like that. But yeah, so
I'm just going to say this.
Okay.
If someone offered me $500 million for my land.
Family land.
My family land. And I was whatever age John Dutton is. He's older. He's lived a good life. His kids are all fighting each other. There's no telling what's going to happen to them. They might turn around as soon as he dies and sell it themselves. I mean, if somebody told me that, I'd hand them the keys to my house and everything and just get the check.
Couldn't get out of here fast enough.
I'd be gone.
But don't you think that's part of why people, because that's what the average, more than average person would do.
Yeah.
But you find, we're in a time now where everything is so fast-paced, everything is money-driven, and everything is material. But he's got it all stripped down to where it's not. And so you got to remember, too, in this episode, when Jamie's biological father told him, son, did John ever show you love? And Jamie never answered the question. And he basically said, by you not saying anything lets me know the only thing he's ever loved is that ranch.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, think about this. Would you sell Maria for $500 million? The answer to that is no. So,
well, I was trying to think of like a scenario where like I could get the money and then go get her back or something.
So you have both.
And we live happily ever after. But
yeah,
if it was like no, I can't.
Of course not. So there you go.
Of course not.
All right, exactly. So it's kind of like, you've got a man who's got principles about him. And there's not a lot of people. Like if John Dutton shook your hand on a deal, it's good as gold. Mm-hmm. As long as he's not going to shoot you in the back later to get something else out of it. But I just don't think. I think that's part of the character that people like about him. Like he can't be bought, but he can be doing the buy. He can do the buying.
Yeah. Well, it's just a simple like. It's just that old school, almost American way. Like you fight for what you get, you work hard for it,
mm-hmm.
and you don't just let it go for whatever.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say it took me a minute to remember this. I actually want to go back and start the whole series over. I didn't remember. Rip said, "I promise this will be the last time I ask you to do this." When he goes and digs his mom up to get the ring.
Yeah.
So I didn't remember. It took me a minute, but I had forgotten about that. He at some scene, it might have been season 2. Beth, I think, is asking him what he's done with all the money he's made.
Yep. And
he says, "I bought a headstone for my mama's grave."
Yep.
So he had her dug up then because he spent. And this is gonna be wrong.
It's like $35,000.
It was like $35,000 or $40,000 because she had basically just like a place marker.
Yep.
And he went and had her dug up and put her in. Did this big headstone thing or whatever. And then he said something about he had his daddy dug up and he rode for miles and miles and miles and just threw bones out the window. You remember that?
Now that you mentioned it, but I had not.
It's something about and then I had my daddy dug up, but that was just so I could throw his bones out on the road or something.
That's a tough son of a bitch.
Gosh, man, how many people has he punched?
I don't know, but I know he's an actor. But I'm going to tell you what, when he rode up on them Harley Riders a couple of episodes, it was like, who's the motherfucker? I mean, that was just like a real emotion, and it was so real.
And the guy pulled the gun out, he was like, do it.
Yeah, do it.
And then he slapped him with the branding iron, I think.
He broke his skull face. Yeah. Just, but I want to back up real quick. So when the company that's trying to put the airport in, when they realize, when John Dutton tells them, you're playing a game when you don't even know the rules, but I'm gonna teach you. And then they're like, we're not doesn't feel like we're in Montana anymore.
Yeah.
And where'd they say, like Lebanon or something,
or
fighting
Yemen
for gold,
or
something like that. And that's how we need to treat it. And he was like, done. I did not expect Casey's office to get blowed up.
But see, do we know that that's who did it though? That's the thing.
Oh yeah, I think for sure that's who did it. So okay,
it could have been
if it wasn't
Rainwater and his crew. That girl, because you remember that girl was
now
like,
she's calculated, she's smart,
and you remember she was like, it's time to go to war. She was like, you have a war chief driving this truck. Have you heard enough to do something about it? Like, she was trying to get some violence going.
But they were trying to let the Duttons and this other company basically kill each other and fight it out.
True.
Or they can just come in and scoop it up and as if like they were none the wiser. So they're playing 3D chess.
True.
With those other two.
Right.
When I don't know, I didn't expect Casey's place to blow up. I did expect something to happen to John.
Yeah, I did too, but I was not expecting the bomb to go off in Beth's office.
The bomb Beth. I didn't mean Casey blew up. I mean to get shot up.
Yeah.
They went after all of them.
But the thing is too, they come in Casey's office, he flips the desk over.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see anything else.
Correct.
You hear the gun shooting when Monica's on the phone. I really thought Monica was going to die. I forgot to mention that. Because I thought maybe they would somehow kill her so Casey would go. I knew somebody was going to die and somebody else is going to go crazy and kill everyone.
Rip's going to go crazy. Regardless, he is going ape shit on somebody.
He's going cray.
And by the way, I just want to tell Kevin Costner and everybody on the show and the producers who make these decisions, how dare you? How dare you, sir, treat your fans like this. Do you know what we're going through for God knows how long?
I know.
What in the hell's went on?
Oh, it's going to be like 2 years probably.
If this is how you treat your friends and fans, how do you treat your enemies? I want no part of it.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Do you know, so the girl that has the pink hair,
Yeah.
Tinker.
Oh, yeah. I do know what you're going to tell me.
Do you know who her dad is?
Michael Landon.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
So once I had read that and found it out, when I look at her, she resembles him. Like, you can see it.
Well, so here's what I want to know. And I asked my wife this because she's the one that actually told me that. I'm assuming she's an attractive lady, but why did they put that hair in that just. And by the way, that scar she's going to have on her face, that is not going to heal well.
And I don't know why she talks like that.
Because God's damn lip being stupid. And I love how she just says the F-bomb every sixth word.
She does. I don't get the dialect. Like, I get the rough talk, but I don't get the dialect.
Let me ask you that. Where's she from? It's like she's got teeth, missing teeth, got to chew, not to chew. But where's she from? Like Louisiana?
I don't know, because I've never heard anybody in my life sound like that. Ever.
Mm-mm.
It reminds me of Talladega Nights. He's like, I can't understand a thing you say. It's like you got peanut butter in the roof of your mouth.
Or the dude from The Water Boy. That's his baby sister. I don't know. So here, I want to tell you what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
And I could be totally wrong. And you tell me what you think is going to happen. All right. I think I got two scenarios. I think John is going to be in a coma, going to be intubated, cannot make decisions for himself. I think Beth is going to be either dead or in the same situation. Rip's going to lose his shit. Casey is going to live.
But okay, go ahead, sorry.
And obviously Jamie's alive. So Casey, the one guy who wants nothing to do with politics, and the one guy who really wants, in the beginning, nothing to do with the ranch or whatnot, he's going to have to be the one that takes the family torch and fights for the family and the land against his own brother, Jamie.
I think that's a pretty fair assessment, actually.
Now, can I tell you what could be number two?
Yeah.
Okay. None of them die. None of them die because they're too important to the show at this point. We have no idea how many seasons they have in them, but they're too important. Women love Beth. The dudes love Beth because she's crazy. You never know what she's going to do, okay? Obviously, ladies love Casey, and everybody loves John Dutton. So, and we know Rip's not going to die. So who will die? And that's going to be Jimmy. Jimmy the horse rider. He's laying over there.
I forgot. We don't even know what happened to him.
Well, he got knocked the fuck out. John told him not to get on the horse.
And that girl said, if you ain't rodeo and you can't have him. She gave him an ultimatum, and now he's probably paralyzed.
Well, somebody's got to die. So he is a character who could pass away and it not really totally affect the season. Because they bring Walker back, and Walker could easily slide in to move that role. But don't worry.
Cool. He's super cool.
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
Him and old man's going to fight.
Oh, boy. I'm going to tell you what. They're going to get into an old tussle.
Over that young barrel racer.
Western showdown. When he told him, he goes, what's his name? Tony, Troy?
I don't remember what his name
We'll
is.
say it's Troy. I'm going to say it's Troy. Troy, ain't going to get much work done today. Didn't sleep much last night. Oh, that old man was a brewing.
He didn't like that.
I'll tell you what, if that old man punched you, though, he's got that brute. I've been wrestling bulls and 3,000-pound animals for half a century.
You know, if I'm not mistaken,
breaking all of this.
If I'm not mistaken, that guy is a real life bronc rider. I don't think he was a bull rider. I think he did the bronc ride. I don't know the name.
I actually meant to ask Matt Merritt about him during our show.
I'm pretty sure he is. He's like a true life. I think it was a bronc rider, so like the bucking horse style rider. I'm pretty sure.
If it's not outside of Kmart with the quarter, I'm not riding it. I'm just being honest.
So I think your scenarios, I do think John Dutton has to be in a coma or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's left up to somebody else to make decisions. I don't think Beth is dead. I think it's going to make Beth even more crazy. It's going to make her even like, it's going to make her be like even more like methodical and like revenge, like, and she's going to have Rip on her side, obviously.
I want Rip on my side.
And I think it's going to be those two kind of against the world. And I like your idea about Casey too. Like, he's going to step up, and you think that he's going to be the one that's going to go out and kill everybody. But I think you're right. I think he's going to end up being more by the book and try to beat people the right way.
Well, oh, yeah.
Because Monica's going to be in his ear too about, I don't want you to hurt people. Her character's the worst.
I must say.
She's the worst.
I'm glad you said it.
I just want her to say one positive thing to Casey. Just one time. just one time. Just be a positive like one time.
She did. When she was sore, she went back to bed and said, we're homeschooling.
Yeah, but she probably followed it up with something negative to him about, oh, you got to go to work today. I just hate her character.
I think you just hate her.
I just hate her character so much. I liked her on One Tree Hill, though.
And
anybody want to talk about One Tree Hill? Let me know.
Well, I was going to say we could totally be wrong, and they could pull a complete animal kingdom and kill Baz at the end of the season. And who saw that coming? Another show we'll talk about at some point. But so they could do that to John. I mean, what if John actually dies and John doesn't come back, but Kevin Costner is still producing the show? But they flash back to when they were kids, so he's really still in the show, but he's not.
Whoa, got a lot of this.
Well,
so he's not really in the show, but he is.
No, they're flashing back.
Well, if he's in a coma, he would be having flashbacks.
Yeah, and the family's going to have flashbacks of when, I don't know. The point is y'all are some shit asses for leaving this so broad of what could really happen. I mean, I think I told this to you, and I could be wrong. I'm too young to really remember watching or whatnot. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me what you think. Could and is Yellowstone our generation, or 2000, 18 to 20, 19 to 20? Is this our current Dallas?
See, I don't know, because we were too young. Like,
well, Kevin is TV and they're both country. What more you want?
Because I don't think Dallas had, like, I could be very wrong, but I don't think Dallas had people, like, killing each other and stuff, did it?
Well, somebody had to kill JR.
I thought it was more like a country soap opera, though, or something.
But, I mean, isn't this kind of a soap opera?
The best one of all time.
Well, yeah. And it's,
that's a good question about Dallas. I don't know what Dallas is.
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying.
Killed.
Somebody do you know who shot him there?
I don't think so.
See, that's what I'm saying. I just think that Yellowstone is a great show, has a great following. I didn't realize, I didn't know what the hell Paramount Channel was. Let's just be honest, for me.
Never heard of it.
But there are people coming out of the droves that I've seen on social media and just pods of friends talking about Yellowstone. So I'm glad that people watch it, and I hope they come. Obviously, they're coming back for season 4, and maybe even many more. I don't know, but it's great, and I thank you. But I'm also so mad at you.
And I still kind of think we should get brands.
I had something for tonight's show.
We were going to get branded, and you didn't bring it?
Well, no. We weren't just going to get branded, but Rip was coming to do it.
I would have definitely done it. I would have done it.
How would you not
do it? My mom would have been so mad at me. No. I would have done it. Let her binge 3 seasons of Yellowstone. Her and my dad love Yellowstone.
She'd have been like, all right, go for it.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I just think the brand, I didn't think they would brand her there.
They had to.
But on the chest?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I thought they'd do like a shoulder or something.
I mean, not on the breasticle.
But you know what was crazy too is the girl, Jamie's girlfriend. She was like.
Jamie's got a girlfriend?
Not Jamie.
Are we talking about the same show?
What's the one that we don't know what happened to him? He's concussed, laying out in the ring. What's his name?
Yeah. Jimmy.
Jimmy's girlfriend said, you know why they brand stuff, don't you? So if it ever gets lost, people know who to return it.
Yeah.
What about when Rip asked John, he said, hey, I got what you asked for. Do you want it? And he was like, no, I just didn't want him to have it.
No, what he said was, no, I just don't want him to have it.
So basically, what they let me know is Rip had that guy's skin like in his back pocket or something.
At this point, what, like beef jerky?
But yeah, he just had it like in his pocket. I mean, because what if Kevin Costner been like, oh, yeah, I kind of like that, man? He was just like, there you go.
There you go. Don't worry about it. I put in your spittoon by the bed. Oh, God.
I will say this. I feel like this is kind of becoming a tradition with me to, like, let out secret stuff on this show.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
So, for years and years and years and years,
yeah,
I wanted cowboy boots.
Right.
And I've never worn cowboy boots.
Right.
But I bought a pair last year. And I've worn them, I think, 3 times now.
Okay.
After watching Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Like, my boots are going to be worn a lot this fall and winter.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I was never a boots wearer. Don't be floored by that. But in 2000, in 2000, like 10, 11, I bought my first pair of cowboy boots. And I put them on, and I wore them for a little while. But honestly, after they're broken in, they are the absolute most comfortable pair of shoes, including tennis shoes, that I own. And I think it's something with that little bit of heel and that arch support. I can wear those things all day, go do whatever I'm doing, and my feet don't hurt. If I'm wearing tennis shoes, or if I'm wearing loafers, or if I'm wearing dress shoes or wingtips or whatever the hell it is, I feel like my feet are breaking. But not with cowboy boots.
So maybe for the Halloween hobble, you should wear cowboy boots.
I don't want to talk about that yet. I don't know if my COVID lungs will let me do it.
So I have a pair. I'll probably say it wrong. I'm gonna call them Ariats.
Ariots.
Bought a pair last year.
Same pair I had. We don't have the same kind.
And I wore them, I think, 3 times last year. And I really liked them. They're super comfortable. But I just feel I'm just not quite confident enough in them yet. And my wife picks on me because she says I walk different when I wear them. And she says I walk kind of like tough. And I was like, well, that's because I feel like I can beat everybody up when I wear my cowboy boots. Well, now that I drink bourbon and watch Yellowstone and I'm going to wear my cowboy boots, you better watch out. Watch out, America.
By God, somebody's ass is grass and I'm a lawnmower. And on that, is there anything else? So you didn't tell me what you thought, right? What do you think is going to happen?
I think Kevin Costner, coma, can't make decisions. I think Beth's alive. I think Casey could be dead, actually.
Really?
I do. Because, yes, he's a main character, but he's not. The show can go on. The plot can remain without him. Maybe that makes us have to listen to Monica whine less without him on the show.
So I got it. You're hoping Casey's dead. Okay, I see now. I see the angle.
But yeah, I think Casey could be dead. So I think it's going to be Beth versus Jamie. But I do like your hypothesis of Casey, like, kind of taking the high road and, like, beating them by the law or by the books or whatever.
I don't know if it's going to be necessarily the high road, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
And he might go crazy and kill him.
But remember, he told him, he says, hey, I've never met a man that's killed more men than me, but I ain't never murdered one.
That's right.
So he may not go out for, like, murder revenge.
True. You remember when Rip said, I'd rather kill 1,000 men than have to shoot a horse?
I know.
That scene was, I didn't like that.
I didn't like that scene. And walks away and goes, now you can eat them, you fuckers, or whatever.
To the crows.
Yeah, now you can fucking eat them.
Buzzards.
Yeah. What a great show.
Well, it is a good show. When Kevin Costner said, you think you're going to win the game or something, how does he word it? Something about.
He said, you think you're going to win. You're playing a game and you don't even know the rules, but I'm going to teach you.
I'm going to teach you, but I'm going to teach you.
I know. And he walked by and goes, you lose a couple pets.
You lose a couple.
Or a couple dogs or whatever.
Pets. You lose a couple pets.
Oh, God.
And he said, excuse me. He said, you're playing in a game. You don't even know. Gosh, that's a good scene. That's a good scene.
You know what I need to do? I just need to take a vacation and just binge 3 seasons of Yellowstone.
I'm definitely going to go back through all 3. And I definitely think we should go. You can go stay at Yellowstone.
It's booked out apparently for the next 3 years.
Never mind.
Never mind.
I don't think. We might still be recording this show by then. If so, we'll do it on the premises.
I dare him to let us.
And Rip might be.
You think, what's it?
And I'm getting branded.
If he's there and will brand us.
If I stay at Yellowstone and Rip is there, I will get branded.
You heard it here. Hey, you know how everybody does cameo stuff now? The famous people, and you can pay $20,000, $35,000 for cameo. What's the actor's name? Cole Hauser? Yeah. What if he was like, hey, if you want to come get the Yellowstone brand, I've got the brand in there for $20,000. I'll brand you. I bet that dude will make millions the first year.
He would too.
I mean, just a shit ton of money.
I bet he would too.
And by the way, Cole, you can use that idea, and I'll take my brand for free. Thank you.
I would definitely.
You're welcome.
I would definitely get it from him.
Oh God, it's gonna hurt like hell.
It would. I want it, but I just want it to be like.
Oh, you want like a little penguin,
like that,
a little polo
like the
horse,
polo horse with the Yellowstone.
with the Yellowstone.
It's not a bad idea.
What's
So
that worse?
if you guys have any theories on what you think might happen, please leave them in the comments. Send us messages, emails, text, whatever. However you want to get in touch with us, leave some comments.
However you want to do it, and always you can pull that up and play it on the outro.
Sure.
Always subscribe, like, share, review, tell everybody about it, and leave a comment. And if you want us to review something, let us know, and we'll try to throw it in the rotation. Until the meantime, see you, folks.
See you. Watch Yellowstone.